Have you ever wondered how much of your life is truly yours? A simple question, yet one that carries with it profound implications. Consider for a moment the world around you, your daily routines, your beliefs, even your desires. Are they genuinely your own, or have they been shaped, molded, even dictated by unseen forces? Our societies, our cultures, our worlds are built on a foundation of obedience. From the moment we draw our first breath, we are trained to obey, to follow rules, to conform to norms, to fit within the boundaries of what is deemed acceptable. This obedience is so deeply ingrained in us that we rarely question it. We accept it as the natural order of things. But from where does this obedience arise? The answer lies in the twin pillars of control that have held sway over humanity for centuries: religion and politics. These institutions, with their dogmas and doctrines, their laws and regulations, shape our lives in ways we seldom realize. They dictate our behavior, influence our choices, and in doing so, they shape our understanding of freedom. Religion, with its moral codes and spiritual doctrines, guides our understanding of right and wrong, of what is sacred and what is profane. It shapes our values, molds our conscience, and in doing so, influences our decisions and actions. Politics, on the other hand, governs our social and economic lives. It determines the rules we live by, the freedoms we enjoy, and the responsibilities we bear. It defines our rights, sets our duties, and in doing so, shapes our understanding of what it means to be a citizen, a member of society. But what if there's more to life than this? What if there's a hidden law, a forgotten philosophy that can liberate us from these invisible chains? A philosophy that empowers us to reclaim our lives, to live not by the dictates of external forces, but by our own true will. A philosophy known as Thelema. What if there's a hidden law that can liberate us from these invisible chains? In 1904, a man named Aleister Crowley received a revelation that would challenge these societal norms. In the heart of Cairo, Egypt, a voice spoke to him, a voice that claimed to be a messenger from beyond the physical plane. This voice dictated to Crowley a text that would come to be known as the Book of the Law. This wasn't just any book. It was a tome that held within its pages a philosophy that would radically alter the way we understand our place in the world. Aleister Crowley, an enigmatic and controversial figure, was the vessel chosen to bring this philosophy into the world. He was a mystic, a poet, and an occultist, a man who dared to question the status quo. The voice that spoke to Crowley introduced itself as I Was, and it told him of a new spiritual philosophy. This philosophy was named Thelema, an ancient Greek word meaning will. Thelema was not about blind obedience to dogma or societal norms. It was about self-liberation, about discovering and aligning oneself with one's true will, one's deeper cosmic purpose. Thelema's core law is often misunderstood. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. But this isn't a call to hedonistic indulgence. It's an invitation to break free from the chains of societal expectation and discover the divine purpose that resides within each and every one of us. Two guiding principles underpin Thelema's philosophy. The first is the true will, a unique divine purpose encoded in each person. The second is love under will. Love, under this philosophy, is not submission, but a force that aligns with the true will, fostering empowerment instead of control. Crowley's revelation gave birth to a philosophy that encourages self-liberation, a philosophy known as Thelema. This philosophy, born in the mind of a man who dared to question the world around him, challenges us to look within ourselves, to discover our true will, and to live our lives in accordance with it. Crowley's revelation wasn't just for him, it was for all of us. It's an invitation to step into our power, to live authentically, and to embrace the divine potential within us. Crowley's revelation gave birth to a philosophy that encourages self-liberation, a philosophy known as Thelema. Thelema's core law, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, has often been misunderstood. This phrase, in isolation, can seem to advocate for a life of reckless indulgence, as if giving a free pass to any and all desires. However, this interpretation could not be further from the truth. Thelema's core law is not an invitation to hedonism, but rather a call to self-discovery. It urges us to uncover our true will, our unique divine purpose that lies at the core of our being. This is not about indulging whims or fleeting desires, but about discovering the deeper currents of our life's purpose, our cosmic mandate, if you will, and aligning our actions with this profound understanding. This is where the second guiding principle of Thelema, love under will, comes into play. Contrary to popular belief, love, under this philosophy, is not seen as a form of submission or surrender. It's not about losing oneself, but about finding one's true will and acting in accordance with it. Love, in the context of Thelema, is a force that aligns with the true will, fostering empowerment instead of control. In a world where we are often encouraged to conform, to fit into neatly defined boxes, Thelema challenges us to break free from these constraints. It asks us to strip away the layers of societal conditioning that have been imposed upon us, to look within and discover our true will. This is not an easy path. It demands self-discipline, courage, and a willingness to stand against the tide of conformity. It requires us to question, to explore, and to seek out our own unique purpose in this vast cosmic dance. Yet the rewards that come with aligning with our true will, with living a life that is authentically ours, are immeasurable. For in doing so, we free ourselves from the chains of expectation and limitation and step into a world of infinite potential, a world where we are the masters of our own destiny. True will is not about indulgence, it's about aligning with your deeper cosmic purpose. Three cosmic forces frame Thelema: Nuit, Hadit, and Ra-Hoor-Khuit. This trinity of forces forms the backbone of Thelemic philosophy, each playing a key role in the discovery and realization of one's true will. First, we have Nuit, the goddess of the night sky, embodying the concept of infinite potential. She represents all possibilities, the canvas of existence upon which our true wills can paint their unique pictures. Nuit is the boundless night sky, filled with countless stars, each one a beacon of a possible path, a potential destiny. She reminds us that our potential is limitless, and the realization of our true will is just one star among many in the universe of possibilities. The second cosmic force is Hadit, symbolizing personal awareness and action. Hadit is the point of light in the center of the infinite potential of Nuit. He is the flame of consciousness within each of us, the driving force that compels us to act, to make choices, to shape our destinies. Hadit is the embodiment of our true will, a force that propels us forward, guiding our actions in alignment with our deepest, most authentic selves. The third and final cosmic force is Ra-Hoor-Khuit, the god of war and vengeance, representing transformation and destruction of outdated systems. Ra-Hoor-Khuit is the force that shatters illusions, breaks chains, and clears the path for the new. He is the catalyst for change, for growth, for evolution. He empowers us to challenge the old, to break free from societal conditioning, and to embrace our true will. These cosmic forces, Nuit, Hadit, and Ra-Hoor-Khuit, are not separate but interconnected aspects of the Thelemic philosophy. They represent the process of discovering, embracing, and living our true will. They remind us that we are not merely subjects of fate, but creators of our own destinies, capable of shaping our reality in alignment with our deepest desires and highest purpose. These forces represent the framework for understanding and living by your true will. Living Thelema demands courage, awareness, and rejection of conformity. It's not a path for the faint-hearted, but rather for those who dare to question, to explore, and to seek their own truth in a world that constantly tries to mold us into compliant shapes. At its core, Thelema is about self-liberation. It's about breaking free from the constraints and limitations that society, religion, and politics have imposed upon us. It's about stripping away the layers of societal conditioning that have been ingrained in us from birth. Imagine stepping out of the shadows of expectation and conformity and into the light of your true will. It's like taking off a heavy coat you've been wearing for so long you forgot it was even there. Suddenly you can move freely, you can breathe, you can be you. That's the liberation Thelema offers. But this freedom comes with a price, and that price is self-discipline. Thelema isn't an excuse for reckless indulgence or selfish behavior. It's not about doing whatever you want, whenever you want. It's about discovering your true will, your deeper cosmic purpose, and aligning your actions with that purpose. This requires a level of self-awareness that many of us are not accustomed to. It requires us to look inward, to question our motives, our desires, and our fears. It requires us to take responsibility for our actions and to be accountable to ourselves. Thelema also challenges us to embrace love as a force of empowerment, not submission. It asks us to see love not as a binding contract, but as an aligning force that brings us closer to our true will. The challenge of Thelema is the challenge of self-discovery and self-mastery. It's a journey that requires courage, awareness, and a rejection of conformity. It's a path that leads to freedom, empowerment, and a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. So here's the final challenge. Will you dare to reclaim your power and live by your true will, or will you remain bound by the illusion of control